Talk to me nicely,
Talk
broski.
to me nicely. Talk
Talk
to
to
me
me.
nicely.
Talk to me nicely,
But
broski.
there
No,
to the US,
not honestly.
Batsini born. Donald Trump, what are you saying,
Yeah,
bro? Bad
yeah.
things are happening in SA. Utini. We are here now. We are here. I so wish we get a group A. I so wish we get in group A, bro. Give me
Yeah,
group
yeah,
A,
that
bro.
would
With
be
the US there. Plus,
it's
they'll
a
be in
party
part
in the
one. They'll be in part
what are you
one. Maybe
saying?
we'll get a decent part two nation. Then us there.
Yeah. But now let's just kind of collect our thoughts. Let's just
Yeah.
kind of like bring it here and let's just talk about before we talk about the game, I think let's just talk about what the achievement that's just been done. I think
Yeah.
you and I we've been kind of, even before we started like doing the pod, we've been following the journey. It's been a long one.
Yeah.
And I think what I can say, there was this campaign was probably one of the best. Obviously, we haven't seen every single campaign, World Cup like qualifying campaign, but
Yeah.
this has been one of the best just because I think when we started, I think we lost like the one out of for like we lost
Yeah,
early
we lost
on.
to Rwanda actually. Yeah.
Funny enough, we lost to
Yeah.
Rwanda, and you're just saying, "Ugh, here we go." And over since then, like in the past couple of years, we've just kind of went strength for strength.
Yeah.
The squad has gotten has gotten better, has gotten a lot more cohesive, has just sort of just like banded together. And I love the fact that the country sort of like it was organic. It wasn't forced. Obviously, there's always been the support, but there were those few moments where it was just like, Bafana were the butt of the joke. They were
Yeah.
literally just like the middle child that no one cared about. And they've just sort of and it was nothing else but just hard work. They just worked hard and they just got the results. And I think I'm just impressed with the way that we did it in such obviously it could have been done a lot, but I like the fact that we need to add a bit of drama just to kind of make it
Bro,
exciting,
that's how we roll, bro. That's how we roll. Even with the Springboks, they got through 1 point, 1 point, 1 point, and guess what?
Yeah,
We're top
yeah.
of the World Cup qualifiers with only just 1 point, 18 points for SA,
Just one
17
point.
points for Nigeria. Bro, like it means a lot, bro. We were young kids
Yeah,
in primary, long school holiday for us back then. 2010,
yeah,
Shabalala, Mpela, Kune, those are our guys. But now, bro, we have new heroes right now, bro. This is another like story into the tapestry of Bafana ever post
yeah.
1994, and this is one of those moments I'll tell like my kids and our grandkids that like. So we were there. We were there after
Yeah, we
a
were there.
16-year wait, bro. Six, 16 years is crazy, bro.
It's a long time. I think it's kind of funny that we are in the pot. Just saying that we're in the pot is just such a it really is just such a gratifying thing. Just because
Yeah.
again, you always believed that we could do it, but you're also just saying, "Ish." But no, man, it's kind of the thing of like this duck that's just kind of been missing us so long.
Yeah.
Last time out, like it was just. But no, honestly, I don't know where do you want us to start? Where would you because I could go anywhere. I could.
I think
Where would you like
let's
us to
just
begin?
talk about the game. Our like we'll delve deep
Yeah,
into what this means and a lot more of the context of this qualifying campaign in our next video. But just speaking on South Africa 3, Rwanda nil at the Mbombela Stadium
yeah,
back at home. Our
yeah.
city had a bit of a shaky start there in the first half. I was a bit concerned, but we pulled through in numbers once again.
Mm.
But Mboga's red card. You see, Yaya's
Ish.
Toll is not in the starting lineup. You see, what you call Reyners is injured. Now Lal Foster gets injured in training in the build up to this game. And
Yeah,
Hugo Bruce decides to call up Ashley Cupido, who has scored his last goal came in February. And you're like, yeah, Diana no, Nkota is on the bench, Murena is starting. And you're just like, is this going to be one of those games? Is this going to be one of those games where
yeah, yeah,
from the
yeah.
first 15 minutes, bro, we just settled and we expected Rwanda to perform like this because they don't have anything to play for. Funny enough, we're expecting
Mm.
this from Zimbabwe, our neighbors, but they
We're gonna remember that.
They
We're
just
gonna
decided
remember
to
that.
make themselves
Mm,
our rivals for no reason. But shout out Rwanda. I don't think they came into this game like expecting anything, hence the way they performed. But we didn't play this game we didn't start this game the same way we did against Zimbabwe. But we definitely did not. And it only just grew on
yeah.
from there on. We just like cemented ourselves in this game, but we made sure with success. There's no margin for error here, folks. There's no margin for error. And funny enough, our first goal came from a Kaizer Chiefs goalkeeper. And the Kaizer Chiefs fans
I'm
were telling
sorry.
were telling
But
us,
sorry.
hey, we're gonna support Ntwari. Nani, this is the Orlando Pirates and Mamelodi Sundowns national team. We don't care. I wonder how Mdu was feeling about this, by the way. But anyway, I want to hear your
Mm,
thoughts on
mm.
the way we started the game, basically.
You know, I think this was a game that didn't really need much motivation. You don't really need to say much. I
Yeah,
think the guys, even beforehand, they knew what they needed to do. There was like, there's no prefacing how big of a moment it was for them to just get the job done
yeah,
and just like complete maximum points and just hoping that the result on the other side goes our way and hopefully things can just come together. And I like the fact that you touched on. I'd say we did the complete opposite of what we did against Zimbabwe.
yeah,
We imposed ourselves. We were not trying to like feel the game. We just said, let's just go at them from the word go. Let's just off the mark. Let's just do it. And on the other side, you hear obviously they I'm imagining they don't know what's happening. They don't want any to know what's happening in the Nigeria game. Let's
yeah,
do what we're doing here. Nigeria score first, and you're saying, okay, let's just see how it goes. And funny enough, the person that was omitted in the last game, Talent Mbata, straight back in, and we were saying how it was a bit of a weird decision that he
yeah,
missed out after we knew that his combination with Debo has been so pivotal to our midfield. And there you go, comes back in, boom, vindicated, scores a goal
yeah.
again. Mtwari, my man, you
That
sir,
was that
you
one is
sir. Let me tell you,
we'll take that though.
we'll take it. And I
Yeah,
think if anything, I think we needed that to just calm the nerves. I think
yeah,
obviously the fans were still coming in, and you're just thinking you obviously you're confident, but you just don't know. You just I think after the Zimbabwe game, so many missed chances. You're just thinking, and obviously the dog points. There's a lot of disappointment, a lot of frustration. The higher ups of Safa were not really great fans of that. So there's a lot of like noise going on, but you're just saying, let's just support the boys. Let's just
yeah,
support them. They've had a campaign good enough to qualify. We still have a chance. And I was just impressed with the fact that, again, off the bat, we score the first goal, we're imposing ourselves, boom, boom, boom. And then the second one comes, and you're just saying, okay, this is not even a case of let's just, obviously, you're still saying, let's just kind of, but I think for me, I was just impressed with how the players, everyone just kind of banded together and just said, let's just impose ourselves
yeah.
off the bat. And I mean, we need to talk about, I'd say, like one of the best Bafana performances I've ever seen in a very long time. Astronopolis.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Oh, genuinely,
Unbelievable.
I don't even think I'm being like hyperbolic when I say that. Like in terms of a single performance, like
Yeah,
individual in a Bafana shirt, I've never seen someone take a game by the scruff of the neck. He was everywhere. He
yeah.
was stringing everything. He was a menace on left flank, inside the space, on the other side. He was just
He was
connecting
there,
everything,
though.
and I think he was really. I think the fact that Nkota wasn't starting obviously was a weird decision, but you're saying we need that pace, we need that, and I was really impressed. What did you make of his performance, the way that he performed today in such a massive game?
I'm looking at Ronwen against Cape Verde, the four penalty saves. Uh, I'm, I'm
Yeah, yeah,
looking
that's
at
yeah, up there.
I'm
Mm,
looking at Tico in the opening game against Mexico in 2010 FIFA World Cup, and I'm looking at Tebo Mkwena, Morocco, and I'm gonna add also Napolis there. This is a legacy game. This is one
mm,
of those games where like
mm,
he was if he was not there, we'll probably like have like a challenge getting through Rwanda, bro.
mm,
Let's talk about his goal, bro. The way he took it, I feel like that's what lit up the whole stadium. And from there, I could feel Bafana Kaufela. Bro, right
mm,
now we can't even bottle it. But honestly, we've seen his best in Bafana. Like you mentioned, bro, we've been following this journey from the AFCON qualifiers till now, bro.
Mm,
Every
mm,
game week we're saying, Osinapolis came in with the goals,
mm.
came in with the assist. Every match day that Bafana plays in these qualifiers, he
He's
seems
been,
to
yeah, he's yeah.
find
Mm.
himself as one of the most impactful players. And going into the World Cup, bro, they will know his name. They'll know his name. I hope
Yeah,
Reggie
yeah.
will get like a commentator spot nyana there for all the other languages. They'll know his name, bro. Honestly, also Master Chef, he didn't do much in this game, but it was a clean game.
A tidy, neat perform, yeah, yeah.
But
Uh, uh,
I'm guessing Mkwena and Mbata is going forward. You wouldn't want to tinker with that from now on.
has to, has to. I think we'll touch on Hugo, but I think for me, I'm watching this game and I'm just saying a lot of these players are also fighting for their spots. Hopefully, a year from now. Obviously, a year from now, we don't know what the squad would look like, but you'd think the most integral pieces, Runwin, obviously, Debza, Mbata, Apollos. Then the other spots, obviously, it'll depend on how form and just like availability in a year's time. But I'm just thinking now that I agree. Like telling Bata again, Tebogo Mokoena, there's not much that needs to be said.
Yeah,
But I just want to touch again on Arsenal Palace just to say this guy has been performing when he was still playing at Polokwane City. He was
yeah,
still playing for a reasonably small club. National team, he made sure, he always makes sure he's just like, flying the colors. And I think this is such a massive moment for him as well. I think just like I just wanted to like just give him his flowers once again, just because I think this is gonna be, as you said, one of those games that even a year from now, we're gonna look back and say, "Hey, man,
he did one for us.
obviously this was a team effort.
Yeah,
It was a team effort, but obviously you were the shining star that really just took us. Moses, take us to the promised land." And you're
yeah,
just like, "Yeah, this is exactly what you need." And honestly, I'm quite impressed. And I wanna touch obviously on. Wait, I also wanna touch on another player
yeah.
that I
Evidence.
have, not to toot my own horn or anything, but
Yeah,
Evidence Mahopa. Obviously, as you said, Lyle Foster, he got injured. He wasn't able to make the squad, and Cupido was brought in instead of Bradley Hobla, which again, it is what it is.
yeah,
Evidence comes in, and I just want to say, I'm quite impressed with the fact that in the last camp, he was
yeah,
omitted completely. He lost his spot. And then he came in here on a technicality because he wasn't even supposed to be here. Ikram
yeah.
Reynolds was supposed to be in that spot. And I love the fact that he took his opportunity. I wouldn't say he had the perfect game, but he did what he needed to do at the right moment.
Facts.
I'd say he was very nifty on the ball. He was a focal point that was just distracting defenders when he needed to, allowing Apollos, and eventually, what's this? Unfortunately, Morena came off injured.
Yeah.
Hopefully, he makes a speedy recovery. Nkota comes in, and I just want to and again, he got his goal. I think his hard work. He's not a flashy player. He's
No,
not
he's
the
not.
one that's gonna score you 20 or even 5 goals. But in those moments where you're just like, we just need something to happen. We need that focal point. I'm just glad because I've been representing. You can
Yeah,
you can attest. I've been
been saying, bro, my evidence, and the
evidence
evidence is
mahopa.
there. The evidence is
What
there, bro. And honestly,
is
w- looking back at it, man, I feel like his performance will also go under the radar because, as you mentioned, he wasn't
yeah,
really present in the game. But in those moments, dog, he pitched up that the assist for Apollos and also his goal coming onto Apollos' corner kick to head it in. That was the final nail in the coffin. But
yeah,
he's the glue, I must say. Though. Every time I watch him play, it seems like our wingers they enjoy playing around him because
they enjoy it. Yeah,
he
yeah,
offers you that dropping deep into the center into the midfield, and he allows the wingers to come in. Hence, you did say earlier in the video on Apollos' performance that you saw him everywhere. You saw Apollos
mm,
everywhere, and in the game against Zimbabwe, we mentioned that hey, Apollos was finding himself as a touchline winger most of the time, and that was because
yeah. He was
maybe Lyle
isolated.
Foster
Yeah,
and Mbule were occupying those central spaces. But now with
those
Mahopa,
central. Yeah,
they're able to go there and combine and make some combinations. And I must say, Now we're gonna have some uncomfortable conversations on who must start at AFCON. I hope we get a couple of friendlies
Yeah,
leading up to the AFCON. Mahopa,
yeah.
Reyners, Foster, those are the three. And Hugo Bruce, it's up to you now to choose. But it seems like Mahopa is the perfect fit for our wingers right now.
As of right now, I think that performance, it's his to lose. Obviously, I know that Foster is the preference,
Yeah,
and I understand maybe he brings a certain. Obviously, he brings a different. They, he brings a different style of how we want to play. So
yeah,
obviously, I would say he's going to be a part of the conversation. But in terms of starting, again, Mina, the evidence is there.
it's there.
Hey, it's just yeah. But no, honestly, just. Damn, man. Like I don't know. Like I'm
Even the
I
people who are
came
going
into
to be
this review
watching
thing.
this will say this wasn't an analysis. We're just chatting about the game, basically, bro.
Literally,
Like,
we're just having a conversation, just two people. I need to get me a shirt like as soon as possible. I just had to whip this on
nah, we
quickly.
just
But
wait
like
up
I'm
till
just
Adidas sort us out, dog. Wait till Adidas sorts us out. Surely now,
exactly,
surely
yeah.
now, surely
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. But okay, I want to ask you, obviously, Hugo Bros,
Yeah,
a man who in the past week, a lot has been said about him, a lot of like noise in terms of his decision making and da 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 da.
yeah.
We've made it. We've gotten over the line, and yeah, how much of his contribution can we just credit him, like in terms of just us getting to this point and the national team as well, like just overall? Because I'd say he really was the starting point of really. Obviously, I don't know what in your opinion, just like Hugo Bros, just as from when he's came in and until now, and just everything else. What are you telling me?
Before we get to on-field changes that he made, I feel like the mentality that he instilled in this team, bro, that the national pride in wearing a Bafana shirt was back. He
Mm,
instilled that into this crop of players. His selection, he was very adamant that you have to what you might call you have to perform at a different level if you're playing
mm,
for the likes of Polokwane City, Skukune United, the small teams, or shall
mm.
I say the teams that are not participating in continental football to
Yeah.
be part of Hugo Bros' squad. And I feel like
Mm,
that started this this precedent that South African clubs need to perform at the continental level
mm.
in the CAF Champions League, in the CAF Confederations Cup. We must make it to the latter
Yeah.
stages so that these players can gain experience. He's been saying that I want this team to be exposed to high pressure games. That's why
Mm,
even though most people won't agree with his opinion, that's why he's advocating for more of our players to go play abroad. I have a different opinion on that, but that's different. That's not to segue from the point that was the start of everything, making sure that our South African players know the different environments across Africa. He started that. Mamelodi Sundowns, Orlando Pirates, now Kaizer Chiefs, Stellenbosch, Kukune United. There's a wide pool of players that you can select that have played in high pressure moments, bro.
mm.
But now we're going onto the field now. I have my concerns. Thing is,
Okay.
we'll see this performance against lower ranked teams where we impose ourselves. We start like we express ourselves more, we attack games. But
Mm, mm.
against the higher ranked opposition,
Yeah,
we sort of
yeah. Mm,
like I don't know, respect, offer them way too much respect. And we saw that against Nigeria, which is something I didn't like. We saw that against Nigeria in the AFCON semi-final. In some instances, it might work. Obviously, the Morocco result, 2-0, we won there. We're using that playing style. But again, we need to impose it. I want to see DSK. I want to see like the Kasi flavor more, the same way against Rwanda in this game. We showed that. But honestly, I mean, I'm happy that he's there because obviously, bro, like he's changed our lives. No, we have an expectation for Bafana, but I feel
yeah.
like there's always gonna be room for improvement, bro. And obviously, I would want us to impose more games under him. I would want us to see this type of performance against the Nigeria, where we're
Mm.
dominating them and we're winning these games. I don't know about you. What are your thoughts on his tenure, what he's done? And is this his biggest achievement in as head coach of Bafana Bafana?
I mean, I'd say the biggest was probably beating Morocco. I think just
Yeah,
because we were
yeah,
such heavy underdogs and
yeah,
making it to the semifinal when we didn't really expect to have such a deep run
yeah,
in that competition. But I'd say this is a massive achievement that we will remember because again, we've only been to the 98 World Cup, 2002 and 2010.
yeah,
So this is going to be our fourth World Cup in our history. So that's a big deal. That's in our history. He
yeah,
will be going into a World Cup as like the fourth manager in our lifetime, going to a World Cup. And as I was just to mention what you were saying, the mentality. I think he mentioned like very early on that I didn't like the fact that players were coming to camp thinking it was like a vacation. You're just
yeah,
taking a week off from your club. You're coming here to work, and not to play any disrespect. Obviously, we've had a golden generation of Bafana players that were not able to really achieve much because maybe things just didn't work out.
yeah,
And obviously, since then, things just kind of dwindled a bit. I think the quality as well. Sundowns were the team dominating, and the other teams were not really performing at that level.
yeah,
And obviously, he came in and just kind of changed the mentality completely. If you don't show up, if you're not professional, people are getting docked. People, if you're not showing up on time, you're getting excluded. Things like that. Those are like things that we see very often in Europe. In the sense,
yeah,
and now he was bringing that here, and just saying that, guys, like at the end of the day, this is the national team. This is a big deal. The same way that the Springboks are out there, you see what they do for the country. You
yeah,
guys can do that, but you need to put in the work. And honestly, like I give him massive credit. Obviously, we give the players the credit because they're the ones who did the job. But I think him instilling that mentality and just that cohesion, you can tell that this is a close knit group of players who are able to play in the high pressure moments. I didn't
yeah,
smell an inch of fear. We I think we've seen different moments. I'd say previous AFCONs, previous World Cup qualifiers, AFCON qualifiers, where we needed a result in a big game and we kind of crumbled, or we were not able to rise to the occasion. And
yeah,
again, this was a massive game. Yes, it's against Rwanda, a team that is very low in the coefficient, but you still need to beat the team in front of you. And I think even just to look at the teams that we have beaten, we did beat Nigeria, we beat um, the like other teams as well, and you're just
yeah,
thinking to yourself, oh, this this is this is different. You can tell that this is different, and I think that's why the country has also just cohesively come together to say this is worth supporting. This is worth going to the stadium for. Because again, we didn't see this very often. It was very rare to see Bafana games fill up stadiums
yeah,
with more than 40,000 capacity, and we were able to do that like back to back in literally 5 days. So I think I just have to give him his plaudits. Again, he's not without fault.
yeah,
We're not gonna blindly give him all the praise. We will criticize where we need to, but we also need to just appreciate what he's done and the accomplishment that has been done here. And hopefully, we're not gonna make the numbers. Like I want us to like go out
yeah.
there and just show what we got.
And this would
Yeah.
be a perfect showing for the PSL, bro. This because we're
Precisely.
going there with
Precisely.
majority of our players are home based, and this
Mm,
will be like our chance to showcase what we've been producing in South Africa. The work
mm,
of Abo,
mm.
Dr. Ivan Khoza, Kaizer Mtaung, Patrice Mtsipe, their work in building this in football infrastructure from the DDC to now the Betway Premiership, bro. Like it's not
True.
just Hugo Bros, Danny Jordan and Vincent Seka, they're not gonna take credit. But I'm just saying, like the PSL should like pat themselves on the back, bro, because they're carrying
Yeah.
the football infrastructure in the country. Also,
I think
multi-choice with the Phillies games, introducing like a more, I'd say, an eye on the talent that we have on the ground, like Ekasi on the dust, bro. The
yeah.
Phillies games
Yeah.
does that. Mtutuzi Shabalala and Abu Mfundo Vilagazi got their shot from there. That's where people started noticing these talents, and that's when the academy scouts went there and scouted them. So yeah, bro, this is a victory for all South Africa except for Danny Jordan and Vincent
Yeah,
Teka.
no, it is.
We appreciate them, bro. We appreciate PSL. I don't know what to say, bro. Random
Yeah,
Kwena.
yeah, no, I know. Yeah,
The
yeah, yeah.
Nasruddin
It's yeah.
Nabi, all those brews, bro. Like shout out to y'all, bro.
Yeah.
Shout out to y'all, bro. Shout out
Shout out to
Kutum
everyone. No,
Simon,
man, this
shout out to you,
it's
bro.
all, yeah, yeah.
This is for everyone, bro. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to
Everybody,
say.
we're just giving it to
I'm happy,
everybody,
bro.
honestly, yeah, no, and yeah, no, this really just is it's incredible because I don't know how many times we've spoken about this. We've spoken about, dude, imagine if we made it.
Yeah,
Imagine just like having your team playing, like, obviously you and I, we've been watching World Cups since as far as we can, and obviously
yeah.
we always had to support the teams that were playing for our clubs, the
Aish.
Englands, the Brazils, the Spains, and now you're going to World Cup saying I'm supporting my country. I think just to take away, just to wrap it up, that's going to be the biggest thing, just in the
Yeah,
sense that, like, we've seen it with Banyana. Let me not like say we've seen it with Banyana. they
yeah,
they kind of ushered in this national pride, especially in the football regard, winning the WAFCON
yeah,
and making it to the World Cup and qualifying. And I think now just that momentum from like 2023, like 2022
yeah.
up till now, I think I'm just really happy, especially like for football as well, like, especially in the country. And yeah, no, man, this is an incredible day, and and also I know De Jelofa, hey,
Our
Victor
brothers, hey,
Osimhen,
bro, shout out. Boy can
Osimhen.
come to
You know what,
FNB
man?
now. He can come to FNB, bro.
Come on,
He can pull up,
you know what,
bro.
guys?
He can pull up.
You
Where's
know what?
Kid, the Thames, bro? Y'all can pull up, bro. I'm gonna have
They can
jollof
keep.
rice as an honorary meal
It's
today,
fine. You know
bro.
what? They can keep Captain Sunnyside. They can keep Hillbrow. It's theirs. It's fine. You know what? You can.
Nah,
I'm
but
joking.
for
I'm
Neil,
kidding. No, I'm
did they
joking.
have to
I'm
go
kidding.
there
I'm joking.
hard, bro? Did they have
But
to go there
no,
hard?
no. Shout out to them. They really did it. Even though they were the ones who put us in this stressful position.
Yeah,
It is what it is. Yeah. African giants. We appreciate that. And no, otherwise, man. No, there's nothing more you can say except we're
yeah,
going to the World Cup. We are going to the 2026 World Cup. Signed, sealed, delivered.
yeah.
Damn. Yeah. No.
Hopefully you get to play. I'd say the ass checker, bro. That's what I'm saying. Group A, because Group A, that's where like America is, and I know America is gonna play in probably a big stadium in the US, and
Mm.
they'll definitely go to the Azteca, bro, in Mexico. That's gonna be a huge moment, bro. And honestly, hopefully no injuries. Hopefully we go there as African champions, cause we still have
Yeah,
another
yeah.
competition.
We still have a little thing to deal with here,
Yeah,
which we're gonna get to. One step at a time. But I
yeah.
think for now, yeah, man. It's a party in the USA. Yeah. No, I don't know if you have anything else to add on to that, but no,
Nah,
I'm
nothing else,
gleaming.
bro.
I'm cheesing.
Yeah,
Then all I can say is get yourself packed up, get that passport ready, because yeah,
yeah.
we made it. We did it. We did it. We did it. We did it.
We
No,
did it, bro.
but yeah, but no. Otherwise, from myself, Mo, and VJ, two proud South Africans, we are signing out, and we're saying stay tuned in.
Encore.